This happened to me and a friend of mine. It was a clear spring day. We were at a campground where my parents camped in a secluded part of our county. It was a Wednesday, so most adults were at work. We pitched horseshoes and messed around while the dogs that hung around the campground all played. I had a .22 rifle of my brother's with some shells. My friend and I went down to river as it was traveling at a slow pace, and I threw in a pop can. We took target practice at the can. I had one shot left, and the can was pretty far down the river when I noticed how quiet it was. I put the gun on safety and asked my friend, "When is the last time you ever heard complete silence in the woods? No birds, no nothing." The first noise we heard came from across the river. It kept getting louder, and I told my friend that I was going to get the .22 shells that were on the picnic table up the bank by the horseshoe pit. I was halfway to the picnic table, and I heard this loud noise and my friend hightailing it up the hill saying, "There it is." I froze in my tracks, and my friend stood right behind me. There stood this Bigfoot with one foot in the water and one on the bank. It had rusty reddish-brown hair which hung down over its eyes like a sheep-dog. We stood frozen, and so did it for around 5 minutes. I told my friend to take a good look because for the rest of our lives people are going to laugh at us for what we are now witnessing. I had one shot still in the chamber. I took the safety off and told my friend to run to the car. When I fired the gun, I first aimed the gun at the Bigfoot and it did not move. I debated for a while, then decided that this creature was not trying to hurt me, so I shot up in the air. We ran to the car and drove straight home. I told my mom, and she did not believe me at first. I still to this day want to take a lie detector so bad to prove to them and everyone that I did, in fact, have a loaded gun aimed at a Bigfoot and decided not to shoot. I still don't own a gun, and I am 50, and I definitely do not hunt. The following Sunday was the Father's Day, and my brother-in-law, who was 19, went across the river in a rowboat to check things out. There were footprints everywhere, only for toes. I wear a size 13 shoe, and I could put my foot in these prints with a couple of inches longer and wider to spare. My brother-in-law, at the time, found a clump of hair that matched the description of what I saw stuck in the bark of a tree a couple of 100 yards into the woods by the cornfield. A tree had fell down and was stuck in an angle into another tree, and it was about 7 foot up on the tree that was leaning. He put it in a plastic Ziploc, and to this day I don't know what he ever did with that sample. I told this to an Amish man who does not live far from where this happened in the mid-90s, and he told me that one of the men in his congregation had also spotted this creature along the river around that same time. I myself am on the fence when it comes to believing in Bigfoot. I have never seen one or even had any kind of encounter that would lead me to believe in Bigfoot. I do believe that it is quite possible that Bigfoot exists. Why not? There have been too many sightings, footprints, and other evidence to say yes, Bigfoot exists. I hope that this mystery is never completely solved. The folklore and mystery is exciting for those who believe, and also those that are not sure like myself. In the end, it's up to you to believe or not to believe. All I can say is keep looking, have fun, and enjoy the videos. If you have any stories, videos, or pictures, feel free to send them to me. I would be glad to add them to Hoosier Bigfoot. Interested only in Indiana Bigfoot sightings and or stories. LRED1450@gmail.com